I'm Issa.
And I'm Sam.
And welcome back to Likewise Pod.
It's about whatever we want.
Honestly, I should really get something new to say instead of last week was so much fun. But it really was. That was probably, not just probably, it really was my favorite pod that we've done so far.
Me too. So if you haven't listened to it, make sure to scroll down and listen to that episode and then come back to this one. So this week we have a super special guest, the one and only Miss Gemma Eve. We have been best friends since I was like 3 years old, and she's just an amazing creative, and I will let her introduce herself to you right now.
Hey y'all, I'm not from the South, but I'm Gemma, and I'm a photographer and videographer and creative based in Seattle. Sam and I have been friends forever, and we've just grown up together, being creative together. We've put on lots of performances in our living rooms, but I'm so excited to be here today and just to talk about like being a girl boss, because that's something that I'm super passionate about, and starting your own business, because that's something I'm currently doing. But I'm a concert and editorial photographer mostly, and it's a lot of fun. So I'm really excited to talk about it today. Yeah.
Cool. And can I just say, I am so stoked to finally be here and like finally meet Gemma, because Sam has told me so much about her over the past like year and a half that we've known each other. 2 years that we've known each other. But yeah, she really is as great as Sam says, and it's honestly, it was like meeting a celebrity. I'm like, oh my gosh. And literally, I told her this earlier, but when she followed me on Instagram, I was like, I like snapped Sam immediately. I was like, oh my gosh, Gemma followed me on Instagram. I was so excited.
Dude, I'm so happy to be here and like to meet you and have you here today, because I feel like I said to you earlier, I feel like I already like know you just from listening to the podcast, because I love this podcast. I've listened to all the episodes, so I felt like before I met you, like that I already knew you, which is so cool. So it's nice to finally get to talk.
Yes, especially because like I like it when like two of my friends get to meet, or especially when Gemma gets to meet my friends, because I feel like I have met like any good friend that Gemma has had throughout the years, and they've like kind of become like my friends too. So it's like cool to get to do the same thing now.
Yeah, I feel like whenever you introduce me to anyone, they just say like, you guys are the same. Like, whenever any of our friends meet like each other, then they'll just be, or meet like, if I introduce you to my friends, they're always like, you guys are the same. You and Sam are exactly the same. Because we've grown up together, so we
just really shaped each other,
I guess we can move into our roses and thorns of the week. Sam, do you want to get us started with that?
Ooh, yeah, I will get a roll on that. I'll start with my thorn, because I thought of one earlier this morning, and I can't remember it, so it must have been like not that bad. So I'm just not going to have a thorn this week. But my rose is that we're like weirdly ahead of schedule for Likewise right now.
We really are.
Considering we were like late our last two, and then now we're like suddenly like ahead. Issa had our episode ready like a day early, and then now we're recording like a week early. So like we're on a roll now, and we should never be late again at this rate. And we saw some really cute cats in a minivan.
That was so funny.
And they were so cute. So rose for sure.
So cute.
It was so cute. It was so funny.
Okay, thorn or rose first? Which one first? I guess I'll go thorn first. Yeah, okay, get it out of the way. My thorn of the week is, so I work in retail, just to like, survive, and have a steady income, because I am an artist. But the thing is everyone with like COVID, everyone trying to figure out how to navigate things. When all of the stores open back up and the mall open back up, people just believe that everything is back to normal now. And without getting too political, I just feel like it's been very stressful to work in retail, because people are coming in large groups, coming in without masks, even though that's like required to enter the store. We're not allowed to enforce it. And so it's been very stressful for us employees, just because I feel like, we're all like trying to protect ourselves and each other by all wearing masks and being as careful as we can. And it's just kind of disheartening to see people come in and not care about others, even if you don't personally believe what's going on or whatever. And that's totally fine to have your own beliefs about everything crazy going on. I just feel like it's the best thing to do right now, just to like take precautions for other people. So respect retail workers, y'all, and like anyone working right now, because we are like risking our lives for you. So just being respectful would be great. So it's just been kind of hard to see, but I think it's gonna get better as we move forward. So I think it'll be okay. And then my rose was, I just did a photo shoot yesterday with my boyfriend Elijah, and with our good friend Adri, and she took some amazing photos of us, which I'm sure are on Instagram by this point. So go check those out because they're so cute, and it was nice to have a photo shoot with someone. And I'm never like in front of the camera, so I'm always like behind the lens. So it was very nice to be able to have a moment. So yeah, I'm excited about that. So that was kind of like the best thing that happened this week.
I love that. I relate to the retail thing because I am not back at my retail job right now because I'm assuming with them kind of just now reopening, my manager is probably just like taking all the hours and like she really doesn't need her seasonal employees right now. But I was like thinking about that and I was like, I would be terrified to be working retail right now and like one, like aggressive customers right now about like whether or not if like there's people in the store not wearing masks, if they like get all angry about it. And just like people are always like rude in retail, so I can only imagine what it is like right now. Or like you've had some really creepy customers recently.
Yeah.
I don't know. I was like, I'm scared of that right now. So part of me is like kind of glad that I'm not doing that.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, it's been very interesting, but that's okay. That's all right.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. I'll start with my thorn. I honestly don't really have one. I mean, I'm just tired, but I'm always tired, so like it's just my life. Yeah, moving on to my rose. So last episode, oh my gosh, talked about my thorn and how I just made a fool of myself in front of like the really cute boy that works with my dad. And yeah, well, anyways, my rose. Talked to him again yesterday. It was an actual conversation. Feel like I redeemed myself. Again, if he ever finds this, that is the end of me. Oh, Lord have mercy. Like, he knows. He's known for so long. But anyways, yeah. But also just, like, seeing Sam in person again and, like, meeting Gemma, just being here. Love so much. Oh, and then also seeing Ryan and Haley's engagement photos. Those were so cute.
That's what that was like huge inspiration for the photo shoot we did yesterday, was seeing Haley and Ryan's photos. They were so
like,
precious.
Perfect timing.
I know. I was like, yes, like pose inspiration. Yeah, they were so cute. I felt like I didn't believe in their relationship until I saw those photos, and then I was like, it's real. Like love is real. Like, yeah, for sure. They were so cute. Yeah.
I know. It was like the first thing I saw when I opened my Instagram. I think it was yesterday, and I like instantly sent it to Issa. I was like, no way. Because like I saw in one of Haley's videos, or maybe it was like on TikTok, I saw the dress that she bought for the photos, and I was like, oh, that's so cute. But I had like no idea, and I just, for some reason, I didn't expect that to be like the vibe of their engagement photos. I expected her to do like more like earthy photos and not just like city. Urban, and I was like,
it was good.
Okay,
it was really good. What they were both wearing was good. Like they were so crisp. The photos were so crisp. They were really good.
I just feel like it really fits them as a couple.
Yeah.
Like I could definitely see them doing a whole like earthy kind of thing. Like,
yeah.
But just seeing them on like rooftop parking lot, like, whatever it was, and like in the urban setting, that's just so
good. Wow. Yeah, I'm excited to like post my own now. Not my engagement photos, just my couple photos.
They're all coming time.
Well, yeah, but like, yeah, I'm excited.
We were talking about how when we were like reflecting on like our 13-year-old selves, and like we like I wanted to be married at 24.
Really?
And like I was like kids before I was 30,
and I was like, I don't want to like be married till I'm 30, and now I'm like, I think I want to be married at 25. So like,
I think I still want to be married at 24.
Yeah,
it just feels a little soon now.
It's very soon now. Yeah, I know. 25 for me is 4 years. So it's weird. I know. Old.
Cool. Cool. Well, I guess we can just get right into some questions and just convos about everything girl boss and career. But I guess we'll just start off with a question. I just wanted to like ask, like, what moment did you realize you wanted to do photography full time? Because obviously, us being friends for so long, I always knew that like you were so good at it, and that we like that's just what we did all the time, like photo shoots every single time we were together, like so many. And so it's like I always knew that you liked to do it, and then just like, but what point did you like realize you wanted to, or like that you could?
Well, first of all, thank you so much. That's so nice. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, I've always known that I wanted to have a creative career, and my parents have always been a huge part of that. They've always been very supportive of whatever I wanted to do, and I originally thought that I wanted to do something in music, or and I thought I wanted to be a musician for the longest time, and then I started taking photos just for fun, and we had always done photo shoots when you'd come over, like Sam and I had always done shoots, and so I'd had experience in it, and I just really, really enjoyed it. But pretty much exactly a year ago, I started shooting more and more with just friends of mine, and getting experience, and then I just really fell in love with it. And I think that's the thing that I, try to tell people the most, is when they ask for advice, I'm like, well, like, do you love it? If you love it, it'll come through in your photos, And I think I just try to be as genuine as I can with my work and just shoot things that I like. And I'm really proud of my work, and I really, really love it. So I don't know. I realized I want to do photography when I realized I couldn't really be as happy as I am doing it than anything else, there was nothing else that would compare. And then things started to fall into place after I really committed to it. So yeah, it's coming up on a year of me deciding to pursue it full time. It was January of 2019 when I decided to pursue it, and it's been very natural. It's been very as seamless as possible, Obviously there's been some bumps, but doors have started opening as soon as I committed myself to it. So I think I just kind of knew it was the right thing. And I think, at some point, like they always say, like, when about your life, like when those kind of things. And I felt like as soon as I put my heart in it, then everything started to fall into place. So it was just kind of like a sign from above type of thing. It just felt very meant to be.
Yeah, no, I mean, not even knowing you until now.
Yeah.
Like, Sam would always, like, come into my room at the house or something and be like, oh my gosh, look at what Gemma just posted. Like all these shots. Like, wow, she's so good. And not knowing you, not knowing, like, what you do or, like, who you are, like, even to Sam, I'm like, oh my gosh, this girl, like, she's so talented. She really has an eye. Like, it was very obvious that you were doing it because you enjoyed it, and you weren't doing it for like a profit. You weren't doing it for just whatever, just as a hobby, but it was because you really enjoyed it and you wanted to like get better at it. And that was really, like, it's still inspiring.
Thank you so much. Yeah, I think there's a lot of people, especially in my area, a lot of the other photographers in the area are very focused on like followers and money and things like that, but I just never have been, because that's not what it's about for me. It's about creating art with my friends. Like, my favorite people to shoot with are my boyfriend and my best friend, like, and because I love making art with people that I love. So like, it's not about getting followers. I feel like if I wanted to reach X amount of followers by the end of the year, like, I could do that, and I could change my work to bring in more followers. But that's not my goal. My goal is just to keep producing work that I love, and things that bring me joy. It's more about like joy than it is about money or any kind of number of followers. Like, that just doesn't matter to me. So,
yeah. I think that's a really good point too. Like, especially for me, like, that's kind of one of the hard things about keeping with YouTube is like not getting like enough reach or like engagement for like a long time. And like this summer, I started actually being like consistent and like uploading a lot and doing a lot and having a lot of ideas for YouTube, and just kind of like deciding to like actually for real this time and not care about what like the people from like back home and like high school and stuff thought. I'm like, it's something I love to do. I love to make videos. I got a new camera in December, and it was quite expensive, so I was like need to like use it, make something with it. And I honestly, like, as much as it would be great to, like, end up getting, like, the subscriber count or, like, views to be able to, like, monetize or something, that's not why I started doing it. That's not why we made videos when we were children.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah,
we were not on a mission to be famous.
That's the thing is we've been producing videos since we were kids. Like, even, like, as YouTube started, like, we've been, like, making videos together. Sam and I have been making videos for such a long time. So, like, it came from a very, like, genuine, natural place. Just our love for creating things. And it was never about followers. And I think that's kind of, like, is it a catch-22? Is that what it's called? I don't know. Is, like, if you are genuine, you will get the followers eventually, you know? You can't be focused on getting the followers or else it won't work because you're not being genuine. So, because people can see right through you if they see, you know, and like the right people. You want the right followers, you know? You want people who care about your work. At least that's what I strive for. And it's not about like how many people I can, like how many likes I can get, you know? And it's hard in this kind of day and age to not get caught up in like, oh, this photo didn't do as well, or, you know, this video didn't do as well as I wanted it to, whatever, you know. It's really hard, but at the end of the day, you have to think, like, but the people who do value my work really value my work, you know. And anytime that I get a comment or see someone in person and they say, oh, like, I loved this you did, that means so much more to me than if I had 10,000 followers who didn't care about my work, you know. It's like a person-to-person connection. So yeah, I still hope to grow, obviously, so that it can be sustainable. But I would rather it grew with people who really love my work than just, you know, a lot of followers who didn't care.
Oh, yeah. I mean, as cliche as it sounds, like, people definitely get lost in that.
For sure.
And here I am saying that, like, one of my biggest dream, one of my many dreams, ever since I was little, is to be famous. I just love it when people know who I am.
Mm-hmm.
I just love that. But I kind of restarted my YouTube and just kind of have been uploading more authentic and genuine videos and things that I would want to see and not just things like, I don't know. And so I haven't uploaded in a few weeks because I haven't had anything that I'm like, oh, I need to do this, I need to do that. And like my most popular video is like my last one where I was just talking about my 6th grade boyfriend and how like it's 6 months later after he died. And so like I don't know, it's definitely like the genuinity of it. I love that so much more, and I can definitely relate. Like I'd much rather have these people following me or these people being part of it with me because they genuinely like it and love it and like want to see it for me and not just
and people who engage with your content too. And I think, you know, it's better to grow gradually and consistently than to grow super fast overnight, because then you don't know how to handle it, you know. And I think we've seen people change so much when they get a lot of followers, you know, and their personalities completely change. I never want to be like that, you know. I just want to like gradually grow and gradually take those steps and enjoy every part of it, as opposed to like overnight tomorrow. If I had, you know, 100,000 followers tomorrow, I would not know what to do. So and I'd rather have 2,000 followers that interact with me, you know, and like interact with my content. So
and like the beautiful thing, I mean, what I really love about it is just the fact that I'm doing it with my friends, like starting this podcast with Sam and how we have like, I don't even know, we've made just over $1 on it, but it's just so much more fun because like you said, if we were to get like 100,000 followers just overnight like that, I would most definitely get a bigger head than I already have.
Exactly.
Like
it would be so much pressure. I feel like I would much rather be able to gauge my audience and like know that I can keep posting the things that make me happy and like my creative vision and not like feel some sort of like intense pressure to like keep doing something that like got me viral or something. Like you don't want to like fake something just because it's what got you a lot of views or something. And that's just like I don't know. And I feel like the more genuine it is, it's like always better when you like meet people with what you're doing. Like I know a lot of Gemma's really close friends she's met from like linking up with them to do a photo shoot.
Exactly. That's
and,
like how Eli and I met. Like we did a photo shoot together, you know. For sure.
So I feel like there's a lot more to like gain from
it's a community. It's a community.
Than like any sort of like profit or anything.
The clout chasing culture is really bizarre to me. It's very weird. For sure.
And just doing it with like the people you love, the people you want to like surround yourself with. That just it's such an it's the easiest way to stay grounded.
I guess it kind of like has a little bit to do with like networking, with it just being a community. So like, what have you found to be like the most useful thing to like network?
Yeah. I think I'm thinking back to like, this is weird because it's been like 3 months of me being alone in my house, not networking at all. So I'm like, I don't know.
I'm not networking.
Yeah. I think it's about not being afraid to reach out to people is probably my biggest tip. Because, you know, people, especially artists, like they want to help you. Artists are just kind of closed off a lot of the time. But people love to collaborate, you know, a lot of people, but it's very intimidating, to like, to reach out sometimes, especially when you're first starting and when you're like not super secure in your own skills yet. But I think like, yeah, my biggest tip was definitely just putting yourself out there in every single way you can. I'm trying to think of examples. I was, okay, story time.
Yes.
I was at a party in Seattle, in February, and I met Victoria Pedretti, who plays Love on You, season 2. Yeah, she was just there. She was just at this party that I was at, which was strange. But I met her, and I like struck up a conversation with her. I was like, I like your earrings, like you look cute, whatever. And we were just talking, and I was like, oh, like, are you an artist? And she was like, yeah, I'm an actress. And I was like, okay, cool, yeah, I know. But then I just like whipped out a business card because I like had one like tucked away in my shirt, you know. I'm like, oh, like, you know, let me know if you ever need anything, like if you're ever in town, you know, and you like to collab, whatever. That doesn't really matter. Like, she's not going to use that business card. Like, I'm sure she just threw it away on her way out, but I still made an impression on her. And so if she sees my name again, maybe she'll be like, oh, I remember, you know, whatever. Another situation with, I'm trying to think about other people like that. Like Lost Boy Crow, like the musician Lost Boy Crow. And how I started shooting concerts was just like DMing the artist on Instagram and just saying, hey, can I shoot your show? I'll do it for free. Like, just put me on the list, you know? I did that with Lost Boy Crow, and it worked. And then I've like been able to message him again and again, being like, hey, when I come to LA, do you want to shoot? And he's like, yeah. Like those kind of things with like artists that I really look up to and love their music. Like the worst you can get in response is a no. So you might as well put yourself out there, because you never know what can happen. Like, people more often than not are like will respond to you. So I just started out by like direct messaging people. So I think that's probably my biggest tip, is just don't be afraid to put yourself out there, even if it's uncomfortable, because it will be uncomfortable for a second, especially when it's someone that you really admire, that you're trying to connect with. But it's always worth a shot, because you never know what can happen.
Wasn't it Grayson Chance whose concert photo you took was like a promoted Instagram ad? Yeah. And we were just like quaking in our boots because Grayson Chance, his like first album was like the only thing I would listen to on my 4th gen iPod Touch when I was 11 on like a 16-day road trip. And I was in love with him because he was like a close to my age, cute boy who could play piano.
Exactly.
I wanted a piano boy. Like, that was the thing. And then I'm just really not his type. So, I crushed my soul. Yeah. But I was, like, shook when I saw that.
That was a very full circle moment. I don't even remember, like, how that happened. But, yeah, I just, like, reached out and, like, you know, it took one Google search to find his publicist email, you know, and I emailed her and I said, hey, would love to shoot this show. And then I ended up I was guest listed for 3 of his shows, which was so fun. And then he DM'd me, which was, like, I have been a stan since I was, like, 11 years old, so it was really weird. But... yeah, no, and then some of those photos got used for advertisements for him, which was very surreal. But, you know, I would never have thought, like, a year ago, I wouldn't think, like, oh, I'm going to be shooting, like, Grayson Chance's show, and then, like, you know, I would not have thought that, but it just takes an email. Like, take 5 minutes. I was in school at the time, and I would just, like, be writing emails in between, like, in my lab. I would just be like, okay, what concert am I going to try to get into this week, you know, see what happens. And I shot, like, a concert a week from September to December. So I was going to Seattle at least once a week for a show. Like, and it was just, it was almost like a high of me being like, okay, like, what's next? Like, what am I going to do next? Like, this is so much fun. like what show, how many can I do, you know? And then ended up getting to do some really cool ones like Dodie and X Ambassadors. Those were really, really fun. I don't know what else. Like, I don't remember what I've done now, but it's been a while. But yeah.
I feel like when you get to combine two things that you're really passionate about, so like you talked about how you thought you wanted to be a musician, and you've like, music has always been a part of your life, but then you were way more like involved with your photography, and so then when you got to start shooting concerts, I was like, that's just like perfect for Gemma. Yeah, because you were such like a concert goer, like so avidly.
Yeah,
and, like,
before I started shooting, I just really enjoyed going to concerts, but I kind of found a way to make it more productive. Because I just love live concert environments, you know, and I thought that I wanted to perform for a very long time. And then about a year ago, I took a look at it and I said, okay, would I be just as satisfied instead of performing if I was just working on the show? Like, would I, because you still get that kind of live show energy, you know? And I didn't know yet at that point if I would be fulfilled enough just doing, it was very hard to make the transition from music to, or from pursuing music as a performer to pursuing music as like someone working in the industry. But as soon as I did, I realized like the first show that I ever shot, like in the photo pit at the Showbox, was the most insane energy I've ever felt in my life. And in that moment, I was like, yep, this is like, I can do this. This is like where I fit. This makes sense. Because the energy you get is just the same as performing. You know, when you're like 6 inches away from like one of your favorite musicians and you're like shooting them as they're performing and you can feel the crowd's energy, like there's nothing like that moment. So I just kept wanting to relive that over and over. So then I realized like, yeah, this is enough. This is what I want to do forever. So yeah.
No, that's so incredible.
It's weird.
I love that.
Thanks.
So much. So I guess like, do you have a favorite show you shot or just a favorite show in general? Like,
yeah, my favorite, I think 2 different things. Favorite show would either be Grace and Chance, or, because that was just very fun. It was a very big moment, because I've been following him forever. I think another one was Conan Gray. I think that was probably my favorite show, because I've been watching him on YouTube forever, so it was really surreal. And I remember I had this moment where I was like, because oftentimes I don't really look at the artist as much. I just like look through my camera, because you only have 15 minutes in the photo pit, which is something most people don't know. But you only have 3 songs. You have first 3 songs to take photos, and then you have to go away. And so it's like 5 photographers like trying to get their shot, and you only have 15 minutes. It's the biggest adrenaline rush I've ever felt in my life. But I had a moment during Conan's show where I was like super close to him, and I didn't realize how close I was, and then I like took my camera down and I looked up and I was like right in front of him, and I was like, this is weird. And I was like, okay, like, and then I was like, well, you know, sometimes I like geek out for a second and I'm like, okay, focus, and then geek out after you go, you know. But that was really, really cool. Yeah, those shows will like have such a special place in my heart, because I first started and it was just like just very, very surreal. Oh yeah, I was there through Benny, which, thank you, Benny. It was so nice. She got me in because she was his opener. Oh, yes. Love her. She's blowing up now.
Yeah.
Which is interesting. And then as far as like not a concert, but just a photo shoot, my favorite would be the cover shoot that I did for my boyfriend Eli's EP, his most recent EP, Princeton. That would definitely be my favorite shoot that I've done recently. That's the one I'm most proud of recently, because it was like very like spontaneous. Like the whole shoot was very quick, and then we started like he started messing around with the images and just was like, I think this is the cover. Like, I think this is it. And I was like, yes, yeah. I was like, I've always wanted my photo to be like on, you know, Apple Music or Spotify. Like, that's so cool. Especially as someone who does like music photography, like that was kind of a dream of mine. So yeah, I'm so excited about that. I'm still like coming off of that.
I think about it
fun.
when I see it. When I'm just like listening to my music, I'm just like, Gemma took this.
Yeah, it's so cool. It's really cool. So yeah, that's probably my most recent favorite. Yeah.
I really like the one. It's like from your portfolio. I just like it's fresh in my mind because I just watched that video of you showing your portfolio, but. The photos you took of Keyshawn out the car.
Yeah.
For, what was it?
She magazine.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Based out of New York at NYU, I believe.
So, like, what was that like for them to, like, reach out to you?
Yeah.
Was that, like, cool?
It was so cool. So, anytime that anyone reaches out, I'm like, really? Like, is this true? So, they reached out, it was sometime last fall, but they just said, hey, we're a new indie magazine. We would love for you to produce, or we would just love to have some work of yours in an issue because we would like your work. And I was like, okay, like, do you want me to do something new or do you want something I already have? And they said, whatever you want. And I was like, okay, Keyshawn, yeah, he's one of my favorite people to work with. So, and just a friend of mine. So I was like, yes, let's go do it. And we actually just did another shoot for a magazine that's coming out soon for the LF Collective launch issue. We just did another one, Keyshawn and I. So I'm excited about that too. It's always really surreal when people reach out. I'm like, do you have the right email? Like, am I the person you want to contact? Like, I got an email from Puma the other day, which was weird. It was very weird. So things like that are strange, but definitely takes some getting used to.
It's kind of like, am I reading this right? Like, is this the right app for
I'm
this
like, am I being scammed? And then I spend a lot of time, anytime I get an email from anyone, like, except unless it's like a small indie magazine, that I believe that, but any kind of like brand or anything like that, I will do extensive background research. I'm like, I want to like scam you before you scam me. Like, I don't want to be scammed, so I do a lot of research. And sometimes it's real, which is cool, but yeah, it's definitely something to get used to. But I'm so grateful for any opportunities that come my way, for sure.
I feel like I love telling like my family when you like are doing like super cool things or like whenever you have like a new opportunity. I'm always like, Mom, look, Gemma's doing this, because obviously she's known you since you were like three also. So I was like, this is just so surreal to me because like obviously we knew from growing up together we've had these big dreams and like we've always dreamed of doing all this stuff. Yeah. And I mean, whether or not we knew exactly what it was or not, to see like so much success happening is like just like, makes my heart so happy.
Oh, thank you. That's what I feel about you. That's like the same way I feel about you doing anything. I'm like, look at Sam. Because I feel like sorority stuff.
We're all doing really weird, different adult things.
Yeah, I know. It's weird that we're just grown up all of a sudden, but it's good. I love where our lives are going. Except this pandemic has been a little bit of a twist.
Everything.
In general, I love what we're doing and where our lives are going, for sure.
Honestly, like, it's really cool being around or like now knowing you and pretty much like the same age. You're doing super cool things, like being reached out to like by magazines or by Puma. Like, I mean, that's really, really cool.
Thank you.
But do you have like a vision for any work that you want to do in the future, or are you just kind of going with the flow, or
like career goal wise, my vision for the future. Okay, let's like manifest this today. Let's do this.
Yes.
Okay. I don't know. So I'm going to school. I'm going to art school for 4 more years in Seattle. And my like desired industry, I would love to work in the music industry for sure. I would love to work for a record label as like an in-house photographer. That's kind of the goal right now. Just because music photography is where my like heart really lies. That's like my favorite thing that I've done. So, and that's like my favorite thing to do, which has been very hard during COVID because there's obviously no concerts. So it's been a very hard time to not be able to do that. So I'm very excited to get back to it as soon as live music returns. And so I just want to keep doing that and then eventually work for a record label. That's kind of the overarching. That's kind of the goal. I don't know which one it is. That's kind of the goal. Yeah, I love that. Or an independent magazine. Would love that. I just really want to travel. And so I think I'd love to travel with a touring musician for sure. That's just like the dream, like number one goal for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's like so funny. I was like thinking about that. Imagine whenever I think about like my ultimate career goals, I like to imagine them like with my friends almost.
Yeah.
Because like my ultimate thing, I always tell everyone like my dream job is to be a stylist.
Mm-hmm.
And so like I could just imagine me and Gemma together working at a record label.
Yes.
And like shooting like cover art.
Yes.
For like artists, and like I'd be out here like styling them, and then Gemma's like shooting them.
Oh my god, fun!
Like I'm just like picturing that. And
I love that.
So cute.
I love that.
Except like the one thing, like with wanting to be a stylist, I feel like I am just terrified of rude celebrities.
Yeah,
like,
for sure. Mm-hmm. Sometimes people are just hard to work with, but I feel like I don't know. I feel like most people are surprisingly nice.
Yeah,
I feel like most people are surprisingly nice. Any celebrity I've met, or like smaller, obviously not like huge ones, but like smaller celebrities I've met have been very nice.
Yeah, we met Bella Thorne together.
We did meet Bella Thorne
when we were 12.
Yeah, she was so nice.
She was very nice and tall.
So tall. Yeah. Yeah, sure.
Oh my gosh, that'd be so cute. I can so see you guys doing that together.
Yeah.
That'd be really, really cute.
I never even thought about that.
Or just like
I say do
somehow
it.
like after we've like, if we're both out here with big girl jobs, like
Yeah.
working, like I feel like we'll always like find a way to do something creative together. Like
for sure.
watch like me and Gemma be the ones to like, with all of our friends, we just start our own magazine. Like
True. Oh my
because
god.
I love like InDesign, Adobe InDesign.
Yeah.
I love to like
and you're
make
good with
magazine
graphics.
layouts.
Yeah. Okay. I mean,
I'm
what are you doing
great.
tomorrow? Like, yeah, I do feel. I hope that we get to collaborate. Like,
Yeah.
when we have big girl jobs, for sure. I don't know why I never thought about that, but that makes so much sense. We've always
Yeah.
been so good working together.
We're never too busy for each other.
No, exactly. We always have time. Yeah.
Already asked you all these questions except for this one.
Yeah.
Well, do you feel like I don't know, just the growth of like your creative work, do you think that's like helped you shape like your identity, like through your creative vision almost? Like,
Yeah, absolutely.
I
I
don't know.
think the more that I pursue what I love, the more I feel comfortable with myself.
Mm-hmm.
For sure. I think within the last year I've grown so much as a like creative person, as a photographer, but also just into myself. Like I've grown into myself. And I'm very like, the happier I am with my work and the more satisfied I feel with my work, the more satisfied I feel personally. They definitely affect each other for sure. I definitely think it's such a huge part of who I am. So there's no way that it couldn't like affect and shape
Yeah.
my identity, because it's like that's who I am. Is like, you know, people know me as being someone who's creative. That's like my one personality trait.
Yeah.
So like,
Honestly,
yeah.
not a bad one to have though.
Thank you.
Like, if it's the only one.
Yeah, thanks. Yeah. But for sure, as I've grown, yeah, I try to pursue what makes me happy, and then that reflects back into making me happy. So
Yeah.
yeah,
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's cool. Because I feel like for me, like thinking about me growing within like my identity, just like in the last 2 years at college within like my major and doing fashion things and like learning so much more about the fashion industry and like
Yeah.
how to use different programs, I feel like the more I work on it, I have grown so much as a person and I have like more career vision and all that stuff. And so, I mean, obviously I was living a very different life from you. Like the last 2 years, we were both doing
Yeah.
adult things and growing in our own ways. So I'm like, well, I know that like being in school and all that has changed me, but like I want to know about like what you were doing. You know?
What I was doing the last 2 years.
I mean, I know what you're doing the last 2
Yeah.
years, but just like if that was like the same across the board, and I
Yeah.
feel like it is, especially with if it's something you're so passionate about.
Yeah, and I think, you know, people have like asked me kind of advice on like pursuing your dreams and things like that, or, you know, how do I start doing photography and stuff. And I always tell them, I mean, just say like, shoot what makes you happy, shoot what you like, make work that you like, you know. And that's the biggest thing that I've even struggled with is like I said earlier, I can make work that I think will perform well, but it's not going to make me feel good. You know, it's not going to make me feel the most fulfilled.
Yeah.
I have to be making work that I am really proud of and that I enjoy making. you know, and then I think that's helped me also like accept compliments better and things like that, and just be more confident in my work. Because when people say, I love that, you know, or I love what you did, I'm like, thanks, I love it too, you know, thank you. Like, that means a lot that you see it the same way I do. Because I think confidence goes so far, you know, and like my biggest dream right now, and you know, something that I've always known, is that I want to be the inspiration for like the next young like Black girl, you know, because I didn't have like her creative inspiration. Like, we had like Solange, you know, love her, but when I was little, I didn't have someone doing something that I wanted to do, so I didn't think I could do it. And then
it was like Zendaya. We wanted to.
It was like Zendaya, yeah, for sure, and she was a great inspiration, but there wasn't a lot of people like that, and there wasn't any like photographers, or, you know, so it wasn't something I could see myself doing until I got older. So I just want to be that for the next young girl, for sure. A lot, especially in a very male-dominated industry, because every time I'm in a photo pit at a concert, it's like all older male photographers there, for like larger news outlets and stuff, and larger, like, they have larger followings than I do, and that's fine. But it was very intimidating at first, because they're being in a room or in a very small space with a lot of men and feeling like I'm just a small woman was very hard to get over. But then as soon as I did, I just consider, I'm like, okay, but I also have the right to be here. I also worked my way here. I also, you know, I may not have as many credentials, and I may not be taken as seriously in the industry, but I should be. You know, I should be taken as seriously in the industry. And it's not going to change unless we women stick together. You know, and I met someone at a show who gave me like great advice. I met another female photographer. Her name is Nicolita. Her Instagram is okay Nicolita. She's amazing. Ooh. She's so cool. She shoots like all the top 40 rap.
That's so
she's
fun.
Really cool. But she works for a label. But I met her, and she said to me, I was just striking up a conversation with her, and it's like she's shy, and she's like also very hardworking and focused, so she's not like down to talk, you know, forever. But she said to me, she said, it was like one of my first shows, and she said, no one's going to really give you advice in this field. No one's going to help you. You're in this by yourself, but I'll give you a few tips because you're a woman and I want to see you succeed. And that, like, I like got up my notes app and I was like writing down whatever she told me, and she gave me some tips. And so I want to be that for someone else. I want to be that for the next woman, you know, and anytime that I see like a female photographer, like, I always like follow, you know, I always support, because there's not enough of us being represented. So yeah, that was such a tangent, but I don't know.
That's like super similar with like fashion stuff too, though. Is like, it's such a competitive industry, depending on what you want to do, especially in like big city and like high fashion. Yeah, it's so competitive, and it's really funny because in like my program at WSU, we have probably only like 10 guys in my like academic class. And at first, like, it's like you first go and like they all talk about like kind of being like discouraged because you think it's like a female dominated industry, but it's really not, because like, yes, it's a lot of the people who strive to like work in it and have career goals in it are women, which like great, but the fashion industry is like horrendous in like exploiting women. Where like I have had a professor this year who I'm so sad is leaving WSU. I will not have him again. But I learned the most from him, and he kind of talked to us about how like it's just like people really take advantage of what you don't know in the fashion industry, and like a lot of industries is like they will take advantage of the fact that you do not know what you're worth, and you do not know what your work is worth, that like people will overwork you and take advantage of you.
For sure.
And
especially
all these companies
as a woman,
have like
especially as a young woman,
male CEOs, like they're at the top. So
and so much of the time they don't take you seriously, so you have to like go into it knowing and being that's why it's so important to be confident in your work. That's why it's so important to know what your work is worth, like you said. Absolutely, that hands down. Like, and that's why, and that comes from like creating stuff you like, you know, it all ties together. It's like, create stuff that you like so that you can be confident in it, so that you know that your work, like, you put time and effort into it, you love it, you're so passionate about it, you know, and you need to go into it with knowledge, knowing that so people don't take advantage of you, especially as a woman. Very hard, very tricky, but I love that for us, though. I love that both of us are pursuing industries that are so male dominated. Even fashion, like people would be surprised to know that it is a very male dominated industry. Anything creative, like males get a lot more credit than we do. But I think, the farther we go, the farther that the next young girls are going to go. And so I think, like, I want to be at the front of that change for sure.
I feel like that's like the same for Issa too, with her like long-term goal. She always wanted to like work in sports management.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And I feel like, yeah, like there you do see like women in the field, but like I feel like often when you see like a woman on like ESPN and stuff, like it's like just like, oh, it's like a girl who's just like super into sports and all this stuff.
Yeah.
And it's like weird because I mean obviously like a lot of teams and sports are like male dominated, so like you kind of have to like push your way in.
Yeah. But it's all worth it though. I think we have to keep pushing ourselves in, and it's very hard. It's very hard, and people will tell you no, like you can't do that, or And I've seen like a lot of people I've seen that like that Twitter thread of a photographer who got kicked out of a show even though she had a pass. They just like said, no, you're not supposed to be here. And she was like, no, I'm on the guest list. I have a pass to be in the photo pit. And they were like, no, you have to go. And it was a man.
Okay.
And, and they let the male photographers stay and they kicked her out. And yeah, I think about that all the time. But.
Yeah. I'm like wanting to go into the sport industry. I mean, now thinking about changing my major. Yeah. I was like, oh, Sam brought that up. But since it has been brought up, like I do want to go into sport marketing, and anything sport related is very heavily male dominated. Yeah. And it's actually really funny because I don't want to go into working with like a professional women's team because all the money is with the men's teams. Yeah. And I want money. Yeah. But but that's not necessarily all about it. And I've just always loved soccer, and that's what I want to do. And so I pursue it. I have pursued it because that's what I want to do, and I'm not doing it to prove a point like, oh, women can do anything men can do. Like it's for myself, and like I do want to be the inspiration to the next little girl, but at the same time I'm doing it mostly for myself. But that's also turn, not to like take away from anything
in
else.
Turn it will be for the next girl, like it will be, even if it doesn't motivate you to do it for them, you succeeding is still them knowing that they can too, so it still has an effect on the next girl.
And I definitely think it's important to pursue what you want to do and not pursue something because you think you should, or just to do it,
or to prove a point. If you're not passionate about something, it's not gonna happen.
Like it's not,
you're not gonna be happy. For sure. So many things. Like there's so many.
I know. I'm so empowered.
Anything.
I'm like, wow, my brain suddenly stopped working.
I know.
So empowered.
Welcome to the pod. This is literally how it goes.
And it's definitely like, I mean, I've run into this issue a lot, and I feel like it's weird because I feel like when you're doing something creative, you have a lot of friends and people in your life who are really supportive and think it's so cool and are so like proud of you for doing what you want. And then you also like meet people who kind of like to belittle your career options, because I don't know, my major is apparel merchandising. I have met a variety of people who have like engineering majors who talk down on apparel merchandising majors so much, and they'll be like, oh, these girls are just AMDT majors because they got into WSU because it was so easy, and like it's such an easy major. And I'm like, actually, like I came to the WSU because they had this program, and I could have been an engineering major if I wanted to. Like I have a very big like math brain. Like I could have done that, and I kind of wanted to for like a long time until I realized that I just could not work in the field. I was like, no, I can't.
But think about how we need engineers just as much as we need like clothes.
I was like, there's nothing wrong with like,
honestly. You need both. You need both. We need all of the majors to exist. So don't say that one major is stupid because you wouldn't like, you're benefiting from that major. So yeah,
I don't know, it's weird. I'm like, well, actually, like I just really like fashion and I want to like make a positive change in the industry because it's so horrible. But I don't know, it's just like weird. I feel like a lot of times creative people are judged for having like easy careers, they're not easy at all. They're actually much harder.
They're so hard because there's no path laid out for you.
No.
That's the thing about, like, starting, especially with, like, the new age of social media. No one knows, like, really how to do it yet. And so building your brand on social media is a lot of trial and error and figuring it out yourself, because no one really is an expert yet, because we just started with social media, you know, since we were teenagers. So, like, no one knows how to do it yet, as opposed to being, like, a teacher or an engineering major where there's, like, more of a plan laid out for you of how your career is going to go. And for us, we can do anything, which is also very empowering. You know, we can go in any direction that we want to with a creative degree, you know? But it's definitely more challenging, or challenging in a different way. Challenging in a different way. Because we have to figure out and, like, trailblaze a path of what our career is going to be as, like, creative people. It's very interesting. It's very, very interesting.
And especially, just, like, with social media, like, it still boggles my mind sometimes, since I've just, like, watched YouTube and been on YouTube for so long, that, like, my mom, like, does not understand sometimes the kind of content people want to see.
Yeah.
Because I'll just be watching, like, someone's daily vlog. I'll be watching, like, one of Remy's vlogs or something.
Yeah.
And my mom is just, like, she is bored. My mom is bored watching vlogs. She doesn't get it.
Yeah.
She's like, I don't know why she was like, she always asks, who is this? Why are they popular? And why should I care about their life? And I'm like,
my dad.
those are good questions. But you have to think about that. Like, if you're trying to grow your brand on social media, and if you want a following and an audience, you have to think, well, who am I? Why should they care about watching my video?
Yeah.
Like, why, like, what's going to make them stick around? Am I different than everyone else?
Yeah.
Like, what is it?
Yeah, you figure out your niche. Because you can't just do what everyone else is doing. And, like, even with, like, trendy videos that go around and, like, trends that circulate, you have to figure out what makes yours different, you know? And what is, like, do the trend, but change it up a little bit so that it makes sense for you. Like, otherwise you're just, like, hopping on bandwagons.
So, yeah, you definitely have to find, like, your own identity on social media.
Yeah.
And that doesn't mean you can't be basic. I mean, hey.
Yeah, no, if that's
you
you,
like it,
if
you
that's
like
you, yeah, it's, like, it should be a representation of you, but unfortunately, social media is very saturated. But, yeah. That's a whole other conversation. Yeah.
Cool. Well, I guess wow, we've been talking for a long time. I guess it's a good time to get into our this or that questions. So Issa and I decided that whenever we have a special guest, we are going to curate some this or that questions for them, and we will have a corresponding Instagram story template on our Instagram. So be sure to follow us so that you can, like, do it and repost it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I guess we'll just alternate back and forth. Me and Issa will ask you one. So the first one is coffee, iced or hot?
Iced all the way. Never hot. Never hot. I don't think I've had hot coffee in, like, a year. Like, always, even if I make, like, a Keurig cup, I'll put it over ice. Like, iced coffee. Every season. All year.
Love. Okay. Next one. Small or large venue?
Small. It's just more intimate, and you can feel
Exactly.
you can feel the energy of the artist way better. And I think
I love that.
like large venues are fun sometimes, but like I always prefer a small venue. Just it just feels way more personal with the artist, and then also general admission like is cheaper, and so it's cost effective. Yeah, exactly.
Like large venues are fun for like the crowd atmosphere.
Yeah,
but the small ones are just
fun for the artist. Yeah, small venue.
Chef's kiss.
Chef's kiss.
Yeah. Sorry.
Okay, dress up or down?
Up. I dress up like I'm like wearing a dress right now. I dress up like I try to dress up every day, especially during COVID, because I found that it helped me a lot to feel like a human by just like getting up and getting ready every day, and then picking out new outfits and stuff. So definitely dress up. I love dressing up.
Spotify or Apple Music?
Okay. This one is kind of real. This is like kind of hard. So I used to be all about Apple Music, because I don't know, the aesthetic of it is kind of better. I just like the white background and stuff. But then recently, my boyfriend Elijah and I were like, okay, we need to like we were getting no good recommendations from Apple Music. Their algorithm wow, I cannot speak. I'm gonna start that sentence over. My boyfriend Elijah and I were like, we are not getting any good recommendations from Apple Music. Their algorithm is not very good. So they don't really recommend songs to you that you actually like.
Yeah.
So then we were like, okay, let's like switch to Spotify, get us a family plan, and like
Oh, I love that.
so we did. And now like we find good music all the time. So Spotify,
It's
100%.
a lot better for discovery.
It's really good. They just know like what you want to hear all the time. It's really good. Yeah.
Like your
Love
Discovery
Spotify.
Weekly playlist that Spotify makes for you.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's so good. Yeah.
I really like, I used to like get into holes of YouTube of watching like what it's like to work at Spotify, like being someone who makes the playlists.
Oh, that's interesting.
And they purposely listen to it with like the like basic Apple headphones that like come with your phone because they want to hear what it sounds like on the lowest quality. They don't use nice headphones when they do it because they want to know what the most users will
so
hear.
interesting.
That's fascinating.
That's cool.
Yeah,
I
anyways.
love that.
That's cool.
Weird. Thank you
Yeah,
for
I never
that.
thought about
That'd
that.
be a fun
I'm
job,
gonna watch
right?
that now.
Making playlists
Like,
for a
I already
job.
do that.
Me
Like-
too.
I know, me too.
Yeah. That's really
Okay,
fun.
so next is flash or natural light.
Natural light. I use natural light for most of my work, or like either natural light or like a studio light, but I don't really use flash very often, except for like parties, if I like do that, when those were a thing.
Yeah.
A thing of the past. But
Party for one?
yeah, if, like events I'd use flash, but for everyday and things that I do, it's mostly natural light. I've been doing a lot of like outside stuff recently, which has been very fun to play with. So yeah, definitely natural for sure.
Editorial or portrait?
Both. I was gonna say like an editorial, but that is a portrait.
Yeah.
Like, like I stopped doing senior pics and stuff this year. I haven't done any this season. And because I wanted to focus on things that were more editorial and more challenging for me, just 'cause I want to grow. So I guess editorial, but I always love taking portraits. I just don't do them as much. I definitely do things that are a bit more like interesting or a bit more like not interesting. Yeah, visually like I don't know what the word is. I like to do things that are a little more just challenging for me now. So I guess editorial.
Cool. YouTube or Netflix?
Probably YouTube. I watch a lot more YouTube than I do Netflix. I haven't really watched a show. Like even in like all of quarantine, I haven't even like gotten through a show at all. But yeah, I think YouTube a lot. I spend way too much time just like scrolling through YouTube and refreshing my page and like yeah, for sure YouTube. I keep saying for sure. I've noticed now like I'm very conscious of I'm very conscious of what I say now after this, but it's okay.
No, you're all good.
Yeah.
Twitter or Instagram?
Probably Instagram. Twitter is just drama. Like there's so
Yeah.
much drama on Twitter. It's hard. So I definitely prefer Instagram for like my content. Yeah, I prefer Instagram for sure because I don't really scroll through Instagram very much. Like I don't really scroll like through other people's stuff. I just kind of post and then like check on my friends and then like leave. But Twitter, I find myself scrolling for way too long.
Yeah,
So,
you get like caught in it and then you find like
Yeah.
a really dramatic thread.
Yeah, and then you're just like stressed.
Yeah.
So yeah,
It's
Instagram.
a lot of negative energy.
It is, yeah. I like Instagram for sure.
Okay, well, wow.
Wow.
Song of the week.
Yes.
Our new segment. Likewise, Song of the Week.
Yes, week 2 of doing it.
Yes.
Do you want to go ahead?
Oh, me? Okay.
Oh, yeah.
So this is on my playlist that I've literally just had it on repeat for, like I say every single week for the past, like, month or two. And If We Never Met by John Kay, I just love it so much. It's such a banger, and I listen to it with the windows down in my car and just driving, and my sister, she's like, oh my gosh, I love this song too. I'm like, yeah, thanks. So that's my song of the week.
Cool. My song of the week is Sad Songs in the Summer by Olivia O'Brien. It's very much like a breakup anthem. And it's like, I feel like it's just like cool because she's like, says like, I can't listen to Tame Impala and all this stuff. It's kind of like when like someone ruins like a song for you. Like you never want to listen to it again because like you always like, or like if you found the artist together or like you only like listened to that person, it was like your thing.
Yeah.
Like, oh dang, like now every time I listen to that or see this, I just think of you and it sucks.
Yeah.
So I don't know, I just like the energy.
Very relatable.
Very relatable energy.
Yes. My song of the week is Kelly by the Aces. Oh my god. I hadn't listened to their new music, really. I hadn't listened to it yet. But then I gave the new EP a listen the other day, and I was like, oh. I love the Aces. They're so cool.
You actually introduced me to them.
Yeah, they're
like
so cool.
2-3 years ago? I don't know when.
A very long time. Yeah, they're really cool. Yeah, so I think it's definitely Kelly by them. It's just been kind of a banger. And, like, I've also been listening to a lot of Dua Lipa, which is kind of weird to say, but her new album is very good. It's good for, like, the summer vibes. I'm just trying to get into the summer mood, you know?
Honestly,
like, in any way I can, because I know summer's going to be different this year. So, yeah. Kelly, for me.
Ooh, yay.
All right, well, just want to say a massive thank you to Gemma for joining us this week. This was so good. I love just like learning about different industries.
Yeah.
And so like that was a lot of fun.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me. It's such a dream. Such a dream. You make me feel so cool.
We literally have loved how much you've supported us from literally the beginning of us starting this, and always thinking what we do is cool.
Yeah. It is so cool. It's so cool. I'm so happy to be a part of it. Yeah. Thank you so much. For sure.
Yay.
For sure. Oh my god. Well, yeah, thank you guys for having me on. I really appreciate it a lot.
Of course.
Yes. Well.
I know. I don't want it to end.
I know. It was. But yeah, so Sam, Gemma, I hope you guys just have a really great rest of your guys' day.
Thank you. Thanks so much.
Thank you, Issa. And likewise to you all.
Bye.